says that it smells.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Oh, good. Yeah, now you mention it. I can smell it.
I just picked the security announcement. Yeah. And you can just do it from over here.
With the microphone.
Yeah.
Good evening. In keeping with the sanctity of this place and this holiday, please turn off all cell phones and other electronic devices. If you have circumstances that require you to remain in contact with others, please turn your phone to vibrate and fully exit the sanctuary before you begin speaking. Thanks. Should there be a situation requiring evacuation, there's 2 exits, the front doors through which you entered and the emergency exit to the left of the bema. Please follow the instructions of the security team and the ushers. Security members, and please, please. I have you down as, okay. Security members have red ribbons on their tags. You can identify a security member because their name card lanyard is red instead of black. They'll assist you to safety. Also, just in mentioning, there's a defibrillator as well as a stop the bleed kit and Narcan in the lobby near the hallway entrance. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You'll be back up soon.
Okay.
Thanks.
Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Nice to see everybody, and hopefully we'll have a few latecomers joining us tonight. But at any rate, let's get into the spirit of Shabbat and sing a few songs together, and we'll make up in quality what we may lack in quantity here today. Start off with a song called Shiru Ladonai, which you have in your leaflets. Here comes Anna Singer. A song called, which means sing unto God, sing unto the Lord, and hope you'll join in. Shake along if you'd like. This song is a little bit of a rhythmic song, and hope you'll join me. We'll do the first verse. We'll go through the first Hebrew verse twice, and then we'll do the English verse. Hello, hello. Shabbat Shalom. Nice to see you. Annie, you're just in time to join us on this first spirited song. The singer is here.
We're small in numbers, but loud in rowdiness.
And that's the fun. Never underestimate.
And we truly have singers among us now. Shivu Ladonai, Ladonai Shir Chadash. Shivu Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. Shivu Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo. Basaru Miyom Miyom Yeshuato. Oh, join me. Shivu Ladonai, Ladonai Shir Chadash. Shivu Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. Shivu Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo. Basaru Miyom Miyom Yeshuato. Oh, English. Sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God all the earth. Sing unto God, bless God's name. Speak from day to day of God's salvation. Oh, see, this song is designed to be sung over and over again. We'll be doing this for the rest of the service, so get used to it. Last verse in Hebrew. Shivu Ladonai, Ladonai Shir Chadash. Shivu Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. Shivu Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo. Basaru Miyom Miyom Yeshuato. Oh. Good ending. We managed to end that. Let's look at the next song. This is a contemporary version of Lechu Neranana. It's a prayer of praise to God that we often say, or is there in the beginning, near the beginning of the service. And this is again a contemporary version of it, which we've been enjoying lately. There's more verses than the two we usually do. Just these two verses. Lechu Neranana Ladonai Naria Litzur Yishenu Nikadma Fanav Letoda Bishod Naria Lo Nikadma Fanav Letoda Bizmirot Naria Lo. El Gadol Adonai Umelech Gadol Akol Elohim Asher Biyado Mekerei Aretz Toavot Harim Lo Asher Biyado Mekerei Aretz Toavot Harim Lo. Do the first verse once more. Lechu Neranana Ladonai Naria Litzur Yishenu Nikadma Fanav Letoda Bizmirot Nari Lo Nikadma Fanav Letoda Bizmirot Nari Lo. song? All right, let's do something we know. How about our contemporary version of Shalom Aleichem? And I think most of you know the words. It is in the prayer book, I think on page 626 or 5 or 7, one of the first songs in the back. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sarei, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Hamalakim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sarei, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Hamalakim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Hamalakim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Hamalakim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Ba'uni l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Hamalakim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Sing along. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Hamalakim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Zechem l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Hamalakim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Hamalakim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Hamalakim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Mimelech Malchei Hamalakim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. All right, great.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Glad to see that we've filled in the back rows of the sanctuary. The latecomers are going to have to move like a little bit past the last 2 rows, so you got in just in the nick of time. Also glad to see Ren here, who I'm going to utz during the service to come on up, open the doors of the Ark and the Ark curtain. So why don't you come on up? Please rise in body or spirit. Please be seated. We're going to continue with the lighting of the Shabbat candles, which you may find on page 120. I'd like to invite Heidi back up to light the candles for us this evening, in honor of her giving an amazing security briefing at the beginning of the service.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu b'hadlik ner Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Stay right there.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen, 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 amen.
Now that we've lit the lights of Shabbat, we'll continue by welcoming the Shabbat bride with the singing of Lecha Dodi on pages 138 and 139.
And please join in with your shakers as well as your voices. Lecha Dodi, Lekrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Lekrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad Ishtiyanu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad Neshemu tiferet v'li'ila Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. Verse 5. Hitorari Kiva Obed Umi Ori Uri, Shiga Beheri, Kibud Adonai Alayik Nigla, Lecha Dodi, Lekrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nikabela, Lecha Dodi, Lekrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. Last verse. Boi b'shalom Ateret ba'ala Gam b'simcha Sahola Tov emunei Am segula Boi chala Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. B'nei Shabbat Nikabela.
And now that we've welcomed the Shabbat bride into our midst, we're going to continue with the next section of our service, the Shema Uvirchoteha, which you may find on page 146. As we continue with the Baruch Hu, please rise in body or spirit. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due, now and forever.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamavorach. Baruch Adonai Hamavorach. leolam va'ed.
Page 148. We read in English. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are a creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. Page 150.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Amcha ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu lemadita Aken Adonai Eloheinu bishachvenu uvkumenu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem chayenu v'yorech yameinu uvahem nege yomam v'layla nege yomam v'layla v'yahavadcha al tahasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael ohev amo Yisrael.
Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Continue on pages 152 and 153 with the Shema. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. You may be seated. Please join me on page 154. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha Uvlechtecha v'derech, uv'shachbecha, uv'kumecha, uv'shartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot ben enecha, uv'chtavtam al mizuzot betecha, uv'isharecha, lema'an tizkeru, va'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'item kedoshim le'lohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Hotzeiti Etchem, Me'eretz Mitzrayim, Liyot Lachem, Lelohim, Ani, Adonai Elohechem.
Together. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God, Adonai Elohechem Emeth. Now we're going to continue on page 158 with the singing of Mi Chamocha, the song the Israelites sang when they crossed the Red Sea to freedom from Pharaoh's grip.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot oseh pele, Nora tehilot oseh pele, Adonai yimlo leolam va'ed. Adonai yimlo leolam va'ed. Malchutecha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam. Ze'eli anu v'yamaru, Ze'eli anu v'yamaru. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed.
Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. And we continue with the Hashkivenu prayer on page 160, asking God to create a shelter of peace around us. And so every week I like to highlight some group who particularly needs a shelter of peace around them. And I don't know if you've been reading about what's going on in Delaney Hall in New Jersey, one of the facilities where a lot of immigrants are being imprisoned with horrible food and no health care, and all kinds of controversies and hunger strikes and things going on there right now. So I'd like to dedicate this one to them for this week.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu lishalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu lichayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu lishalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu lichayim. Ushmot zetenu uvoeinu lechaim u'shalom me'ata v'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu lishalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu lichayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu lishalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu lichayim.
Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haporez sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Now we'll continue on page 162 with Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אוהי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We turn to page 164 and rise for the tefillah in body or spirit.
Anananananana Adonai, Ananananana Svatai Tifta, Ananananana Ufi Yagid Tehilate, Ananananana Adonai, Ananananana Svatai Tifta, Ananananana Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Ananananana Adonai, Ananananana Svatai Tifta, Ananananana Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Ananananana Adonai, Ananananana Svatai Tifta, Ananananana Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Ananananana Adonai, Ananananana Svatai Tifta, Ananananana Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Page 166. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei Hakol, ve'Zocher Chatei Avot ve'Imahot, u'mevii geula livnei v'neihem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. Page 168. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממי ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. Page 170. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל HaKadosh.
You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. Now we continue with the singing of Shalom Rav, a song for peace, on page 178.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'enecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Together, grant abundant peace to Israel, your people forever, for you are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel in every season and moment with your peace. Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael ba'shalom. I'll continue on page 371 with a Misha Beirach Get Well prayer. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. This evening we think in particular of Shalva Clement, Michael Singer, and Phyllis Burlow. And at this time, if there are names of others you'd like us to keep in our hearts and our minds, as we prepare to recite the prayer, you may say their names aloud or in your hearts as I look across the room.
Beth Hoffman, Carolyn Tavares, Peggy McAllister, Declan Lyons, Judy Bloomfield, Salvin Ovian, Lynn McGinnis, Peggy Frank, Becky Lindsay,
Randy Oldenburg.
May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for all of their health to be restored and all of their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send all of them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Mi sheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Now, we haven't done this for a while, but on Shabbat, we're not supposed to just think of our oys, but we're also supposed to think about our joys. I heard that somewhere. So we're supposed to think about all of the blessings that God has given us and all of the good things that have happened to us in the past week or the past month, since we haven't done this for a long time. So anybody, the floor is open.
I'm thankful to Cantor Ben and Meg for the wonderful way they lead us in prayer and Kaddish at the Memorial Day service in Woburn every year. They do a wonderful job.
So thank you to Ben and Meg for leading the Jewish presence at the Woburn Memorial Day parade and service. Thank you.
Thank you for being there.
Who else?
I'm thankful that I had an amazing visit with my daughter, son-in-law, and granddaughter Ava a couple weeks ago, and I'll be going to her preschool graduation in a couple of weeks, and she'll be starting her elementary school career. And I lots of emotions, but yeah.
Thank you.
Going.
Robin is kvelling over her granddaughter.
Speaking of quelling, I am quelling over my two adorable grandchildren.
Fran is kvelling over her.
My grandchild.
Everybody's kvelling over their grandchildren.
I could feel what they live with.
I'm very thankful that we just moved into a new home with our multi-generational family. And someday Michael will get to see it.
Meg.
Oh, I'll give out a little bit more. Our my son graduated from UMass Amherst. He's out there. I did a research thing this summer, and then in the fall, he's going to go to University College of London to start a doctorate in math program.
Wow.
So at the same week he graduated, my cousin's middle daughter got married in Vermont. We were up at that also. So
Wow.
yeah, so it's been a lot of good stuff.
It's been a very kvelicious week.
Available.
A kvelable week. Anybody else? I'm still kvelling over last week's confirmation service. They were just so amazing. I can't even say enough about Jacob and Caroline. Yes.
Also, the people that we mentioned that we're praying for in the Shabbat prayer are getting better. It's great to see, So our prayers are being heard.
Right. So everybody in the Misha Berach prayer, they're all getting better. So we're very, very grateful for that. And you might even think that it's a little bit dangerous coming to services all the time because all three of them are regulars here. Anybody else? All right, so for all those reasons and more, we thank God for enabling us to reach this special moment.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Amen.
We pause for a moment of silent prayer. Now we continue with the singing of Oseh Shalom on the bottom of page 180.
Oseh Shalom Nimromav Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Nimromav Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Nimromav Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Nimromav Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen.
Well, Shabbat Shalom again, everybody. So I was kind of struggling to think of what to discuss this evening because there's been so much going on over the past 2 months of Shabbat services, and this is kind of a little lull. And so I couldn't decide what to talk about, and I was talking to Phyllis this afternoon. I was checking in with her, so I ran a couple of ideas by her, and she was like, so she said, why don't you just ask everybody what they would like to hear about or what's on their minds this evening instead of you're talking about whatever it was, which I won't even mention. So I know we've been trying to have our Tikva support group over the past many months, but it just hasn't come together where we can just get together and talk about what's concerning us or what we're afraid of, what we're hopeful about. And so I just thought that I would just open the floor and just ask you what's on your mind and what you would like to say this evening during our Shabbat service. And if you don't like this idea, this was Phyllis Burlow's idea.
Who's probably watching this from home.
I know, it's exactly why I'm saying that. So what's been on your mind? What would you maybe have hoped that I would have said this evening, or something that you feel like we're all struggling with or happy about? Or Anna?
Kyle Singer says he's sick to death of the violence in the world.
I agree with Kyle Singer. Sick to death of the violence in the world.
I think it's making everything even more complicated about our feelings about Israel and about just so many things that are going on that we're learning about from the war, this crazy war. And it's been incredibly hard, and the rise of anti-Semitism seems to be increasing by the day. So just read about Brookline getting anti-Israel stickers on their deli, Brookline deli. It's just getting, it's close to home too.
Yeah, it's so very, very complicated right now with what's going on in Israel, what Israel's doing, what other people are doing to Israel, the repercussions that we're feeling here, the rise of anti-Semitism, and I just heard about the Brookline Deli. I don't even know which one it was that had the anti-Israel stickers on it, but we're really feeling it, the impact on it every single day, and in every way in our lives, and it just seems to be getting harder and harder and harder. And with the uncertainty of what's going to happen with the war and who's going to be blamed for what with the war with Iran or not the war with Iran, and what settlers are doing, and Ukraine, right? Not right. And a drone was just sent to just impacted in Romania today, I think, from Russia.
Yep.
Val.
I saw on my, something popped up on my Facebook, and it was about a food co-op in Park Slope, where my son lives, which is a very Jewish area. He lives in a very Jewish area. And this co-op had voted overwhelmingly to ban all Jewish products from their co-op. So I sent him the thing and I said, "Is this true?" Because I was praying that it was not true. He said, "Yeah, it's true," and it's horrifying. So those are the kind of things that are very, very, very disturbing, because I feel like there's few places left. At least I thought that there was a few places left where you're insulated and you're surrounded by other like-minded people, and you could go to a food co-op and not feel like, okay, they're banned Jewish food. So very disturbing to me.
And then I just heard that there was a Jewish group that went to protest in front of that
Yes,
place.
I read that too.
Mm-hmm.
Impressive.
Meg.
Two things. One is, what does like the URJ, Judaism in particular, say about non-violent civil disobedience or standing up to what's going on in the world, non-violent? I mean, this was popular. Things were popular in the '60s during the civil rights movement, but there's a lot of people who are not old enough to remember that stuff. How do we stand up to this stuff? And what the Jewish thought about how to deal with this? And the other thing is, I think trying to deal with what's happening with what the Israeli government is doing. How do we deal with caring about Israel as a country and what Israel means, but not liking what the Israeli government is doing? Yeah, I'm having trouble wrestling with those two things. I mean, I feel like it's a tough thing for me to wrestle with.
Yeah, I saw somebody make a comment today that said, who said he was an ethical Zionist. So he was a Zionist in terms of his ethics, but not necessarily in what other policies are being put forth. And actually, there was an interesting, very disturbing controversy at HUC, my rabbinical school, that I just saw today as well, which is there's a big controversy about whether or not anti-Zionist rabbinical students, whether anti-Zionists should be allowed to be ordained as rabbis. So the rabbinical school is saying they should, but a lot of people are saying that they shouldn't. And this is like, whoever thought that this would be an issue in rabbinical school? If it's like a litmus test. If you say that you're an anti-Zionist, should you be allowed to be a rabbi?
I've heard a lot about the anti-Zionism, and what I'm wondering is, does a Zionist still just mean, not just, but does a Zionist mean Israel has the right to exist, or has it morphed into a more complex meaning when people speak of it? And I don't know the answer to that.
Right, which is a very big question, because it depends how you define Zionism. Yes, yeah. So and apparently lots of people are defining it not just as the Jews' right to have a homeland, but something more that that's hugely controversial within it's not just an problem between Jews and non-Jews. This is a very much a problem within the Jewish community itself. There's a huge diversity of opinion. Danielle?
I think that it would be great to have the TIFA group again, and I don't know if you guys have done it. I don't get into emails, but okay, because I think like the topic of what does Zionism mean anymore is a really like one that we could get into, and I mean I've heard all kinds of definitions now, and I think that as long as we know what we're talking about and what other people are talking about, that could be useful for us. So that was the one thing I wanted to say, but then there was another topic I wanted to, if that's okay. And I talked to you about this a little bit, about the whole, you've heard like Elizabeth Warren and Ed Markey and Seth Moulton and all of our representatives are anti-APAC, right? It's all like, we're not going to take APAC funds, stuff like that. Well, I was thinking about it, and I think that and then I heard Josh Shapiro agrees with me, so obviously, no, I'm not just kidding, but like that even like talking about AIPAC all the time is anti-Jewish, because like you can think what you want about like the news, but no, nobody cares, right? You hear I'm not taking AIPAC funds means Jews don't control me. That's what other people are thinking. That's what they hear. And when people hear AIPAC, they think those horrible Jews, and they think all the money. And this is a Jewish trope, and this is just anti-Jewish. I don't care what they think about actually AIPAC. I don't care what they think about Israel. I don't care about what money they take. That's me. I know I'm not speaking for everybody, but I don't like to hear the politicians say it, because I feel like they're stirring up all the hate. And I told Robin that back in January, I had gone to see like one of those town halls that Seth Moulton does, because he wants to get elected, so he's like meeting everybody and he's going all around Massachusetts. And I thought, I'll meet a politician, that would be cool. And some guy in the audience yelled, genocide, and Seth Moulton was like, yeah, you're right. And I was like, oh no. And then he said, and I don't take AIPAC funds. No AIPAC for me, I tell everyone. And I was like, this has got a messaging problem in my mind. And I thought, so I went to shake his hand afterwards like everybody else, and he was just like, and I was like, well, I'm Jewish, and he was just like, well, I'm not. I'm like, yeah, I know. And he was like, well, I know anti-Semitism has gone up like 894% in Massachusetts. And I was like, well, that was news to me, but I looked it up and I see where he got it from. And so he knows. And then I looked it up, and Elizabeth Warren and Ed Markey, they all signed that we hate anti-Semitism and we support Jews in writing. And then they're all not doing it in action. I'm talking too much, I'm sorry. So I thought maybe we could like tell the Democratic Party to please shut up about it, you know, like to please stop saying APAC, 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 APAC. So I actually, I was gonna go to like see his office, but you can't see Seth Moulton, he's available. He had another town hall and I went to see him again. And I shook his hand again and I said, don't say APAC. And he got mad and he said, well, if they just didn't support the Israeli government, Netanyahu, if only they were more middle of the road like J Street. And that's the party line. So I was gonna put it out there that if anybody else like agrees with that sort of thing, I don't know, maybe write to some people. They never write back. I've tried it, but maybe if they heard it from more than just one person, I don't know. Maybe everybody's saying it, they don't care. I left a message with Mass Dems earlier today, but of course they probably won't answer. I don't know what you guys think about that.
That's a very, very interesting. We should have another TICFA group so we could talk about that in a setting that we can really figure that out. I do know that in the North Shore where a lot of Seth's constituency is, there's a big group of J Street people who keep wanting me to join them and to go talk to Seth Moulton about being standing up against what the Israeli government is doing in a lot of areas. So he's also hearing a lot from more left-wing Jews who have a particular opinion about this also. So I think it kind of helps legitimize his feelings that he's okay saying things like that. Val.
To end on a not so positive note, I had lunch with some friends today, and one of my friends does work for children with IEPs, and she was in a meeting, and the family was pretty aggressively trying to get the things that this child needed for its IEP. And afterwards, she heard somebody say, they're Jews, and they're immigrants, and they come to our country and they take everything. And and they're trying to get what the child needs to learn. And it wasn't said in the meeting, but she heard it outside the meeting.
That's awful.
Horrible. Horrible.
That's really awful. So the anti-Semitism is not even below the surface, and many of us are experiencing it in real time, and we can hear things differently than politicians think they're being heard from a Jewish perspective, and so I really applaud you, Daniela, for speaking up to Seth, because he needs to hear that, and he needs to hear it more, as well as do other politicians. But it just shows you how complicated this whole situation is. And
I mean, like, he actually said that thing about, like, well, it's only APAC, and I said, well, I don't care if you take their money or don't take their money, just don't talk about it. And he said, and then he said he didn't care, you know, that he was gonna do it, and I said, you're putting a target on our backs. And he just continued, he wouldn't budge. Maybe sometimes people have to hear it a lot.
Mhm.
Phyllis was right.
I was gonna say Phyllis was right. Phyllis, you were right. So we've had a lot to thank you all who had something to say, and so this is clearly what's on everybody's mind right now, as well it should be, and it's just a complicated world, and we have to do the best we can and stand up. I mean, you know, we all should feel empowered to stand up and respond when we hear these things, and follow Daniela's example. Courageous lead, yes. All right, which is what being a good Jew is all about, is standing up for our values and our principles and our people. So thank you all. A lot to think about. All right, so now we're going to continue with the Elenu on page 586. Ren, Been sitting there too quietly this whole time. Come on up and open the ark curtain. Please rise in body or spirit.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, latet gedula liyotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kigoye ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'goralinu kichol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated.
And please join me at the top of page 588.
שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, והארץ מתחת, אין עוד.
Please join me on page 591 as we sing together the Ne'emar and the Bayom Hahu, and feel free to shake along with our version.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. נאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. אחד ושמו אחד. אחד ושמו אחד.
The introduction to the Kaddish may be found on page 599. We think now of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. We call those who have died recently: Richard J., Agnes Bales, Sharon Lippman, Adam Applebaum, Myron Richard Edelkind Mayer, and we add to their names the names of those whose yahrzeits or anniversary of whose deaths occur this week. Ida St. George, Howard Wright, Hy Zelkowitz, Alvin Kovitz, Ryan Kane, Lawrence Balin, Samuel Scheinhorn. And at this time, if there are names of others you'd like us to keep in our hearts and our minds, we prepare to recite the Kaddish prayer. You may say their names aloud or in your hearts as I look across the room. Zichronam livracha. May all of their memories be for a blessing. We turn to page 598 and rise in body or spirit to recite the Kaddish prayer. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shmei rabbah v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yamechon v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'yizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam almei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudasha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shmaya V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony and high bring peace to us, to our country, to Israel, to all Israel and all the world, as we say together, Amen. Please be seated. Now I'd like to call on somebody to read the announcements. You brought your own BYO announcements.
Yeah, exactly. Shabbat Shalom. It's good to see each and every one of you, and we have a lot coming up once again. On Friday, June 5th, our next service will have our board installation Shabbat. On Friday, June 12th, there will be our temple band service. Very exciting. And on Saturday, June 13th, the bar mitzvah of Sebastian Silva. And I know that they put in the announcements that everybody is invited. So please check your announcements for all of those details. We love our ping pong club, and that'll be happening on Tuesday, June 16th at 7 p.m. at Michael Finkel's house. Fran is still going strong on the Counting Our Blessings fundraiser. And so please check the announcements. It's very important. And it's just a really good experience to really think about your blessings and then give a donation. It just does something to your heart. So please check that out. The joys, not the oys. Exactly. Exactly. And we're very excited about our coffee house coming up on Saturday, June 20th. Please come to this. We're going to have wonderful music and food and beverages, dessert and beverages. But the most important thing is we'll be celebrating Rabbi Susan Abramson for receiving the Commonwealth Heroine of the Year Award. And we're so proud of her for all the work she's done for the community, for immigrants, for people who need it. And it'll be a lively and fun evening, and it'll be a very meaningful evening as well. So doors open at 6:45. It starts at 7, and let the fun begin. So please think about that. And I think that's about it for now. We had a very successful general meeting last week, and have a nice balanced budget, and all is well there. And again, it's just great to see all of you. Shabbat Shalom again.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you, Robin. And yes, and thank you to Gary who chaired the budget committee that put together the budget, which was very easily passed. It wasn't this, it was just 2 days ago. Yeah. So we're very happy about that and our new slate of officers, and hope all of you can come next week, particularly those of you who are coming on to or leaving the board. So that should be a nice service. And I also wanted to thank the freezer for providing the oneg for this evening. But Val, I don't know, did you heat up the challah?
No, but I called the freezer earlier and they said, no problem, we're all set, just come on in and we've got plenty of food. I didn't heat up that was bought fresh today.
Okay, because I've been smelling it all during the service, which is the freezer was out of challahs. Okay. All right, so so we will continue on page 122 with the Kiddush. And Val, you want to come up and lead us in the Kiddush? For working on behalf of the freezer to put everything else out. Please,
Comes in handy though.
yeah, please rise in body or spirit.
The heavens and the earth were finished in all their array. And on the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing. And God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all work of creation that God had done. Thank you.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodesho b'yahava uvratzon inchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishi, ki hu yom tefila l'mikra kodesh, zecher l'tziat mitzrayim, ki banu bacharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha v'yahava uvratzon kinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh Shabbat. Amen.
Thank you.
Mhm.
When we're up for the motzi.
Are you ready to sing with me? Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Please be seated.
And please join me in our closing song on the back page of your leaflets. And that we do from time to time. Al Shlosha Devarim, on three things the world stands. Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omein, Al Shlosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omein. One more time. Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omein, Al Shlosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omein. Al HaTorah, Yah Avodah, Yah Gimilu Hasadim. Al HaTorah, Yah Avodah, Yah Gimilu Hasadim. Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omein, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omein, Al Shlosha Devarim.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
I know he was an afterthought.